Hey, what's up, 185? Let's talk about binge eating disorder checklist. So, binge eating disorder, or BED, is the most common eating disorder in the United States, and an estimated 3.5% of women, 2% of men, and 30% to 40% of those seeking weight loss treatment can be clinically diagnosed with binge eating disorder. So binge eating disorder is characterized by recurring episodes of binge eating, feeling out of control while binging, and feeling guilt and shame afterwards. A binge can vary widely by the amount of food consumed. While it might mean a considerable amount, for some, it can mean a smaller amount for others. Regardless of the amount of food eaten, the person still feels out of control to stop with distress following the episode. So I'm going to go through just a quick checklist and on it for you to see if maybe you fall into the binge eating disorder category and what we can do about it. So I'm going to give you some solutions at the end. It's characterized by behavior and emotional signs. So recurrent episodes of binge eating occurring at least once a week for 3 months, eating larger amounts of food than normal during a short time frame, which is any 2-hour period, okay? Lack of control over eating during the binge episode, feeling like you just can't stop eating or control how much you are eating. If we haven't met real quick before I get into the checklist, my name is Jen Pike, your holistic empowerment coach, from places stuck to authentic thriving. Like, subscribe, follow. Binge eating episodes are associated with 3 or more of the following. See if you check 3 or more of these. Eating until feeling uncomfortably full, eating large amounts of food when not physically hungry. Eating much more rapidly than normal eating alone. Eating out of embarrassment of the quantity, feeling so isolating, feeling disgusted, depressed, ashamed, or guilty over overeating. You may experience marked distress regarding the binge eating, but binge eating is not associated with purging or excessive exercise. Binge eating does not occur exclusively during the course of bulimia, nervosa, or anorexia. And for those of you who don't know, my story is a story of one that struggled with anorexia. So let's go through those real quick again. See if you checked off. How many you checked off? I'm going to slow down on this second time through real quick. So, okay. 3 or more of the following. Here we go. Do you eat large amounts of food when you're not physically hungry? Do you eat much more rapidly than normal? Do you eat alone out of embarrassment over a quantity eaten? Do you feel disgusted, depressed, or ashamed or guilty after overeating? Okay, so if you checked, okay, let's say like you have 3 of those, then you most likely could be classified into this category. But there's hope for you. There was hope for me, okay? Eating disorders are very common and social media feeds into it. The first thing you need to do is like get a checkup with your health practitioner. Like go schedule that doctor's appointment and really get a true diagnosis. And really know what situation, where your blood levels are. Like, you want the full picture. You just do. Number 2, check out my emotional, my other videos on, it should be popping up. One after this I'm doing is going to tie directly into this on how to manage emotions. Whether you are obese, whether you're dealing with binge eating, whether bulimia or anorexia, what I have found, and one of my big problems, I did not know how to deal with my emotions. Yes, there's that source of control, but really it's an inability to deal with our emotions in a healthy way. We either stuff, right? We avoid those kind of things, and those can lead us to these eating disorders. And so learning how to unpack and really deal with those emotions was the game changer for me. So check out my videos on emotional eating, as well as the one that will be popping up in a moment on one side of the screen. That one's the new one that I'm doing right after this one. I'm going to link it to it because it's about how you can actually really deal with your emotions in a healthy way. And until we learn to do that, you're not to blame. You might have grew up around a parent who had the same thing, and that's all you knew, and that's what you learned. But we don't want to be teaching our kids the same thing, so we have to take control of it. And as always, if you need some personal one-on-one with this, as well, I'm going to be creating actually weekly group coaching. So keep an eye on that. That should be announced either tomorrow or on Monday, and how you can be a part of that. If you want some of that accountability and just be able to talk things through, we know the accountability is huge. I just recently got my certification as a group coach, and so I'm excited to do that too, because sometimes we just need that. But if you really need that 180, if you have been going down all these different ways and nothing's been working, I get it. Been there. So I created my method. It was birthed out of my own frustration and having to do things a totally different way. So reach out to me in the show notes. It says how you can get in touch with me. I'd be happy to sit down and just talk with you and find out and hear your story, hear where you are, where you want to go, what you've tried, where your frustrations are, and map out a plan for you, because you matter. So don't forget that. I'd be brave, be kind, live authentically, and always shine. Tribe, like, subscribe, follow for this so when you think it would benefit, and watch the next video if you struggle with this at all. I remember you're just one habit away. Maybe the habit is to learn how to deal with those emotions.